Hey guys, so today's going to be a video on baby chicken care. This video is requested by Hamster Fanatic 26, so I'll put up her username right now. The link to her channel will be in the description bar below, so please go check out her videos and subscribe. Sorry if you guys hear any background noises, as you can hear my neighbors spraying something, and then there's an air conditioner going on. So just ignore that. So first off, baby chicks need unlimited amounts of food. And they should always have food with them 24/7. Here is just their food source of their main diet. The main thing should be some sort of chick pellets, like this brown stuff you see on the top. So as you can see, I just threw in some little seeds as a treat, and they don't really eat the sunflower seeds yet because they're too big. Here is their chick food chick starter by Mana Pro. That's the front of it. And then here is the back of it. As you can see here, it says to feed continuously to chicks from 0 to 8 weeks old. That's just what it looks like on the inside. And you want to make sure that you clean this out at least once every couple of days. You can just put the food into a plastic bag, then just wash this out, make it nice and clean if you keep it outside, especially because then little bugs will get in it. And then, of course, the next thing is water. They should have water 24/7 and make sure that it's always available. The water should be cleaned at least twice a day. I clean my water once in the morning, once at noon, and one before they go to sleep. Make sure to rub it down at least once every couple of days just to get rid of all the bacteria and yuckiness. And chicks and chickens cannot have a water bottle like rabbits, guinea pigs, or hamsters. They need a water bowl like a dog or a cat. They need some sort of bowl or something like this, which is really good because you can fill it up all the way and there will be plenty of water throughout. So the next thing is that you should only start taking out your baby chicks when they're about 2 to 3 weeks old. Make sure that outside they have a playpen that is at least 2 square feet per chick. Make sure that the bottom of their playpen does not have any chicken wire on the bottom. You can use it as for the sides, but not on the bottom because that's bad for their feet. Make sure that whatever playpen you have for them outside, that no cats, hawks, or raccoons can get inside and kill your chicks. Also, don't separate your chicks or whatever you do, unless you really have to, because they will cry for each other and they do get pretty sad. When you bring them outside, make sure that it's not snowy or super cold. It has to be at least around 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Also, don't place your chicks in the sun because they will get very overheated. Only let your chicks free roam if you're watching them carefully. Never leave your chicks unattended outside if they're not in a playpen, because something can happen. And chicks will eat just about anything that you have for them outside. Any bugs or anything like that. But from day one, you can feed them any little bug that you find. Make sure that they don't have any pinchers or are poisonous. I like to just give the chicks little flies. Come here. There you go. Sorry, I only got one fly. Never feed your chicks wasps, bees, anything with stingers, or anything of the sort, because they could be very harmful to your chicks. But they love to eat just about anything, from little shamrocks to butterflies, moths, or any little bug that they find. Don't let your chicks come near any other pets that you have, such as cats, dogs, and hamsters. At night, your chicks need to come in with a heat lamp. Here is the cage that they stay in at night. I don't have anything in it right now because I took it outside. But as you can see, it's very, very messy. They also just threw around the sunflower seeds everywhere. Right there is just to put the water on because they will kick lots and lots of bedding into the water. I've got some aspen wood shavings. Never use pine or cedar because that can be harmful to your chicks. I also had some Timothy hay in one corner so that they could make a little nest, but they put it all over the place. They actually put in some Katie Cleaning Cozy in another corner so that it could also be a nest. They kept it there for about a few hours, but then they kicked it everywhere. And don't worry about the Katie Cleaning Cozy. They didn't try and eat it or anything like that. And underneath all of this, I just put down some paper towels. So you will have to clean their cage about once every 2 or maybe 3 days, depending on how big the cage is. Inside, the chicks need to stay at a constant temperature of around 80 degrees when they are about 3 weeks old. But they are about 3.5 weeks old. They're actually going on to 4 weeks, so then it can drop down to 75. The first week for chicks, they should stay at 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and then after each week you drop down 5 degrees. Like I said, my garage stays at actually that temperature in the high 70s. Which is pretty warm, but that's just how it is. Once your chicks are around 3.5 weeks old to 4 weeks, they can fly, and they can fly out of this, but I put something over it. But if your garage is not like mine and does not stay warm, you need to use a heat. And so the chicks are moving on to an age where they will be able to stay outside alone in the chicken coop. And so this is pretty small for them, but again, this is what they came with. and they are growing very fast. So soon they'll move outside. Just make sure that in the bin you have a heat lamp on one side of the cage, probably the side that's away from the water, so that the water can stay nice and cool. So you have like a warmer side and then the cooler side. I like to let the chicks free roam whenever I can because they love to go around and search for little bugs, and they're really good for the garden. They'll eat little slugs. Taming your chicks when they're young is a really good reward because when they get older, it's a lot nicer to have a tame chicken rather than one that always runs away. Make sure to handle baby chicks really gently because they're really fragile. Also, make sure to tell little kids to hold the baby chicks gently too, just to make sure that nothing bad happens. Also, ask little kids to hold them really close to the ground and hold them against their body so that it's safer for the baby chicks. Once your chicks are about 4 to 5 weeks old, you can move them outside into a chicken coop. Oh, did you find a little slug? Oh, yummy, huh? Make sure that in your chicken coop, especially if you have hens, that you have nesting boxes for each of the chickens to go in. You can put in some Timothy hay for the chickens in the nesting boxes to make it more comfortable. And also so if they lay their eggs that they don't crack or roll out of the nesting box. Once your chickens are old enough, you can let them free roam in your yard the whole day without watching them. But make sure that at night you put them in the chicken. Also, if you have different chickens, make sure that they can go together in one flock. What are you doing? Try and only have one rooster per flock of chickens. It's the safest way to make things go. If you have multiple breeds of chickens in one flock, make sure that they are compatible with each other. You can also provide things for your chickens and chicks to play with, such as mirrors or logs for them to run around on. But most of the time, they're happiest when they're running around and looking for bugs to eat. Also, I wouldn't suggest trying to grow a garden while having chicks or chickens because they will eat everything in your garden. They haven't quite figured out that the herbs and everything in my mom's garden are edible, but if they do, they will eat everything. So yeah, guys, that is it for the baby chick care. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!